Hey guys, today I just want to go over Ethereum Gas real quick, what it is and how you can make sure that you're using the right gas prices without overpaying or underpaying so your transactions aren't stuck for hours and hours on end. So I'm using MetaMask in this video. I just have my wallet pulled up with a regular transaction of sending myself some ETH. And I'm going to click Advanced Options. It's going to show me my gas details. And you'll see gas pricing GUI. Now what GUI is, basically, GUI is another way of saying 1 billion Wei. And if you're wondering what Wei is the smallest denomination of ETH or Ether. So you might already know that 1 Satoshi is the smallest denomination of Bitcoin. 1 Wei is the smallest denomination of Ether. And the reason it's GUI instead of Wei is because humans do a lot better job of reading the number 42 than they do 42 billion. So that's all you really got to know with GUI. But the biggest thing with the gas price is knowing you're using the right price for GUI. So MetaMask already put 42 by default. They're usually pretty good about estimating the gas price. It depends on what wallet you're using. I know Trust Wallet and Engine Wallet have in the past caused a good amount of problems with using the wrong gas price. But to double check and make sure, you can just go to ethgasstation.info and it's going to show you the best gas prices to use. It's kind of self-explanatory here, but the safe low is basically the lowest gas price in GUI you want to use for the cheapest amount, but it's going to take the longest, anywhere from 30 minutes or less is their estimate. So this is good if you're just sending a friend some money and you're not in a rush, but if you're making a time-sensitive DEX trade, it's probably not the way to go. And an analogy that I like to use in the real world is if a gas station down the street is selling gas at $1 a gallon and you approach them and you say, hey, will you sell me your gas at 50 cents a gallon? Are they going to sell you that gas? Well, no, because everyone else is paying $1. Why would they let you pay less than everyone else? And it's the same on the Ethereum blockchain. If you try and pay 15 GUI, the miners aren't going to pick up your transaction because everyone else is paying at least 33. Why would they pick up yours? They would lose money. They can pick up someone else's that's paying more. On the other hand, if you're paying too much, say you're paying over 43, you're essentially just burning money. If you were to send a transaction with 60 GUI when the fast is 43, your transaction is going to get picked up at the same time the 43 transaction would. The only difference is they're going to take and pocket all that extra money that you just spent on using 60 GUI instead of 43. So generally I use standard. You don't really want to deviate much from standard unless, like I said, you want to use fast or a slower transaction. But the biggest thing you want to worry about is make sure you're not going under the safe low and you're not going above the fast. So again, most wallets are going to predict it, mostly accurate. Some wallets are a little worse than others. However, with the Ethereum blockchain being congested as of recently, I always recommend you double check your gas price because you don't want to get caught with your transactions stuck. The other variable here that we don't know about yet is gas limit. Now this isn't something that you should ever have to change. The contract itself or the wallet, they do a very, very good job at estimating the gas limit. But what gas limit is, it's basically the limit of gas that this contract or transaction is allowed to use. So sending ETH is one of the easiest transactions to make. It requires the least amount of gas limit, 21,000. If I was to interact with DeFi or a smart contract, this number would be probably much, much bigger. It's basically there though for your own security. There are some times where you might interact with the contract or something that throws an error somewhere, tries to loop or something. I'm not a developer, I don't know exactly, but and essentially it'll keep on running and running and running and using up all your gas until it hits the limit. So if you accidentally had a way too high of a gas limit and you ran into that error, it's just going to keep using it up until all the ether in your wallet's gone. So this limit is basically there to protect you. But again, it's nothing that you should probably ever have to change. It's mainly this gas price that you want to worry about. And that's about it. So we learned about what GUI is, the gas limits, how you can check what GUI price you want to use to make sure your transaction's good, and so that the miners on chain will pick up your transaction. Thanks.